Welcome back to AI Operator. I get questioned all the time about how expensive is it to run these systems. I think it's really important for you to see what we pay for things and actually run the company. These are real invoices. The thing about these is I think they're pretty low right now for us because we've bumped up a lot of our activities. We're just going to give you where they were at last week, and then we will go from there. Let's break down costs for AI. There's four main categories for AI costs that you need to know about. There's model API calls. You're thinking Claude, GPT-4, Gemini, infrastructures, hardware, hosting. You have APIs and integrations. That's where your data feeds are going to come in. Then you have tools and subscription. Model costs for us are about $320 a day. I think that's actually up to about $7 now. Little less on some of the secondary tasks for Gemini and GPT-40, but right now our model cost for running all three companies is about $200, a little higher than the numbers that we're showing now, but I wanted to kind of show you where it's at since we actually put this video together. We have Mac Mini, we have subscription, this is going to be domains and things like that. Total all in $20-30 there for those infrastructure subscriptions. I'm not counting in this cost things like HubSpot and all of our operational softwares which we use right now for our complete actual stack. This is OpenClaw with our LLM calls. We're running probably about $200 a month. Pretty cheap compared to what you would think if you were running OpenAI's Pro. It's $200 a month. Claude Pro is $200 a month. It's really cost effective way of doing it. We're looking from a daily output standpoint. We've got a 45-minute morning intelligence brief. We've got 24/7 automation pipelines going. We've got 3 business dashboards live and operating. And we have persistent memory running with this system as well. I think it's interesting because the amount of time that's saved. We built this last week. So on Monday, Ashley ran her OpenClaw doing blogs and content creation and assets for Safe Evolution. And at the end of it, we did a little calculation. She did about $40,000 worth of marketing work. The return on investment for the actual cost that we're putting into this is staggering at the moment. We have mine. So Claude APIs is about 120. So, it's a little higher from what we said. My Mac Mini and my tools. And if I was looking at something like ChatGPT, I'd be paying $230. Automation through N8N is pretty high. I think there's some interesting things in here too to think about when you're trying to determine like open source versus SaaS. The tools that we're not talking about are something like Manus or Claude Go, where if you build those systems and you build everything into those, you are going to be stuck in that place with them. And when they jack up their prices because they have shareholders and they need to increase pricing, you are going to be the one that has to really pay. And you're going to find that it's going to come out something like HubSpot, who charges a 4-person team $1,500 a month for their software. And if you're a big team, they're running $12,000 to $20,000 a month. And you could run that same level of system for probably $500 because all you're really paying for is token. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about what service and product you're going after, because these open source models are going to be absolutely incredibly less expensive than the other systems if you're locked in on a contract. This technology is so powerful right now that you have people like Jensen, who's the CEO of NVIDIA, coming out saying that they've actually created a secure version of OpenClaw that is designed for companies because they know this is going to be the operating system of the future. If you're just running against something like Claude Cowork, you're saving about $350 a month by going open source. That's like $4,000 a year at bare minimum that you'd be getting back just by using this system. I think there's something that scares a lot of people, and that's, but what about my time for setting it up? It took me about 40 hours to build it out, and I spent time working with it to get it better. But Ashley took the template that I had built and was up and running in 2 days and started working heavily yesterday with hers. You can get up and running really, really this for very little time. You can kind of pick your peers, but I would most certainly be looking at going to something like OpenClaw or one of these open source versions because you have a full stack setup and you're ready to roll. All along in this series, you will be doing incredible things by the time you're done with it, and you're going to find that your company becomes a lot less resource constrained. Have an amazing day.